It's all right. Keep it open. Close it out. It's our start sit here at the happy hour bar. And guess who we get to start with, guys? Broncos quarterback Bo Nix. When you thought we were talking about him enough on the show, we're not done yet. He's got the Chiefs season low 5.8 points last week. He's quarterback what for you this week, Matthew?
He's quarterback 18 for me, Connor. So
adios to the starting lineup.
Since week 6, he's 30th in yards per pass attempt. You know, we always talk about like he's a dink and dunker. Here's the only quarterbacks that he's ahead of in yards per pass attempt. J.J. McCarthy, Davis Mills, Justin Fields, Dylan Gabriel.
Ooh.
That's the list. That's the company he's currently keeping as well. You don't love this matchup against the Chiefs since week 2. The only quarterback that's thrown more than one touchdown pass against Kansas City was Jared Goff. And, over the last 8 games, they've allowed the second fewest they've allowed the fewest touchdown passes in the NFL, the Chiefs. And to your point, Jay, we talked about this yesterday. This is the Chiefs season. They're desperate. They're 2 games behind the Broncos. By the way, they're also off a bye. Andy Reid off of a bye, like throughout his career, is like money in the bank.
He's a wagon.
He is always really good off of the bye. I think the Broncos lose this one. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Mahomes goes off, and I ideally would have no part of Bo Nix in this one.
Quite an unholy trio you've got there, 18 to 20 in the ranks. Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, and Aaron Rodgers. So the vibes could not be worse about any of those guys at the moment. How good kind of do you think Kansas City's pass defense is? Because when they've gone up against good quarterbacks, they've gotten kind of shredded.
Right.
I don't really understand why, because they're healthy. But just they couldn't do anything against Josh Allen last time we saw them.
I don't think the pass rush is the same either.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like they have the depth at the pass rush that can often help this secondary.
Chris Jones is 31.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he used to be an elite player. Yeah. It just feels like they need another guy on that front because it's never like they're overwhelmingly loaded with talent at the 5 defensive back spots. They always have like one guy and then a couple just replaceable players.
But when they get home, throws are hurried and. Also, their offense has usually been so good just over the last couple of years. I know last year it struggled a little bit. But over the last couple of years, their offense is so good. So now the opposing offense is now in constant game
That's
script.
right.
And it's easier when you're a defense and they're throwing every play. You can just sort of tee off on them and you don't have to, there's less variables.
Yeah, they're very predictable. And Spagnuolo is still one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL.
Yeah. Jerry Tillery played like 34 snaps against the Bills. Which is like guys like Dana, a man who doesn't seem like the same guy after all his injuries. So yeah, it's a little shaky, but the corners are still good and healthy, and Karl Aftis is good, and Chris Jones is still good. So I would think that Spags has enough weaponry to really put Bo Nix in the blender.
I think so too.
If the Raiders were able to put Bo Nix in the blender, so yeah, I don't think you start him this week.
No. So anyway, just to play along with a bit, we are officially closing it out on Bo Nix this week.
We go to the running backs where Rachaad White is our first name against the Bills. 3 straight games with under 40 rushing yards. We talked about Bucky being back on the field for a walkthrough today. We don't expect him to play in this one. So can you try to ride it out one more week with Rachaad White here, Matthew?
I think so. Again, this is with the caveat that we're assuming Bucky Irving is not playing on Sunday. We will track that story throughout the week. But in his 5 starts so far this year, Rachaad White's averaging 16 touches a game. He's got a 12% target share. And it's not as bad a matchup against Buffalo as you might think. They allow the 3rd most yards per carry to opposing running backs. They're allowing the 3rd most rush yards per game to opposing running backs. So wanted to keep Josh Allen off the field. I do expect Todd Bowles and team to go with a run-heavy approach here on the road at Buffalo. So Rachaad White, I think, volume-wise gets you there. Mid-tier RB2 for me. You see it there on your screen. He's my running back 14. I am keeping it open for one more week on Rachaad White.
Buffalo has the number 30 ranked rush defense by EPA, and they just got absolutely torched by Devin Achane. So, yeah, it's in theory a favorable matchup, and the Bucs' run game has been a little haphazard this year. I think they certainly miss Liam Cohen and his scheming ability in the run game, and then also just the offensive line has not been that healthy, but fairly favorable matchup against Buffalo.
Yeah, Luke Gadecki coming back for this Bucs line.
Which helps a lot.
There's a lot of positive reasons around them. Our next running back is Kenneth Walker against the Rams, and guys, it's time to talk about our jersey wall because Kenneth Walker, who is on the wall, has not had a double-digit fantasy game points-wise since week 4.
He's right there. Yeah.
That's prime. That's over the shoulder of Matthew. That's good real estate.
That's my ride or die.
In this economy.
I don't know.
We swap him with Jonathan Taylor at worst. Jonathan Taylor's like not visible.
Where is Jonathan Taylor?
He's on his far right.
Oh gosh. What? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
He's
right there above Derrick Henry, above me. above
Well, he
Jalen
should be above
Hurts.
you. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to
of
get you one
course.
lower.
It's fair.
Before we have the replacement options
But if
for
we
Kenneth
think,
Walker.
can I ask you a question? Hang on for a second before we get to just in terms of the wall. What's the most valuable? Is the most valuable real estate like behind me? Is it the highest up? Is it proximity to me? Like, should Jonathan Taylor be closer to me than Breece Hall?
We cut to you a lot.
We
So
do.
I think,
You have your
I
own
think
camera. You have
This
those
is the most valuable real estate. So
Right.
this,
I think Kenneth Walker has the single most
I
valuable
agree.
spot.
I agree.
Yeah.
And he's
Hampton's
literally
my ride or die. Jaden Daniels stays there, obviously. Former ride or die Amon-Ra St. Brown. Proud fantasy life investor Jamar Chase.
Chase has
And then
a good
you've got Walker and Baker Mayfield there.
I'm okay with Baker's thing for now.
I am too.
But Ken Walker's going to go.
Right. So anyway, go ahead. What do you got
Well,
here?
first we want to know if you're going to keep it open or close it out. Then I have the options of what the poll will include to replace Kenneth Walker for the regulars.
Right. So I'm closing it out on Ken Walker. I'm outside my top 40 I'm outside my top 25 this week, I should say. The reason I say top 40, outside top 40, since week 5, Ken Walker is running back 41 on a points per game basis. He's been single-digit fantasy points in all 5 games during that stretch. He's averaging under 1.5 targets a game. Like, they're not using him in the passing game as well. And the Rams are not a good matchup here. They allow the fewest fantasy points per game to opposing running backs. When they get in close, it seems like they like Zach Charbonnet. And as frustrating as this is, I don't think it changes because why should it? They're crushing people. Darnold is finding Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's finding A.J. Barner and Elijah Arroyo. We're getting signs of life from Cooper Kupp every once in a while.
Wait till Rashid
Torrey
Shaheed
Horton.
gets comfortable.
Right. I mean, I just, like, he needs to break a long one to get a touchdown. He's not using the passing game. It is a true split with Zach Charbonnet on a team that is much more pass-heavy than we thought they would be at the beginning of the year. He's my running back 28. I am closing it out on Ken Walker. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.